Hey everybody. Um uh, hyperlinks. Okay, let's go ahead and open it up to sharing experiences or asking questions.
You
Go
can unmute yourself. You can type in related to.
Yeah, to the class. Yeah. Nobody?
No, that's not.
Okay, so it's time to do a little practicing. So let's pull out your lantana and or hyssop, and then the second oil, your anise or arophagi, caraway, or fennel. And with the lantana or the hyssop, start taking long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the throat minor, which is right here at the bottom of the throat. You're still on your throat minor. Now pause for a second and just kind of check in with your neck. Where do you have a tight spot? Where do you have a kink in your neck? Where do you have a little ache or pain? Wherever that is, just in your neck. Neck and like maybe a little bit of the top of the shoulder. Just wherever you feel that, your awareness is on it, and start taking some long, slow, deep breaths. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. You're still keeping your awareness on that spot. And then just be still. Just let everything go. Just be still. And let's pull out your anise, caraway, fennel, aerophagy, whatever you have there. Your awareness again is on the throat minor. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Long, slow, deep breath. Now explore your neck. Where do you feel it in your neck? Just be still. Let's go back to the lantana or the hyssop. Again on the throat minor. And then explore the neck. And then just be still. So again, your anise, your caraway, your fennel, your aerophagy, throat minor, you're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. You're exploring your neck. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And just be still. The lantana or the hyssop again. Throat minor. Let's do a little experiment. You're doing the throat minor. Now go to your ear canals, the holes in your ears. And then back to the throat minor. Your nose. And then explore your neck. And then just be still. And then your anise, your caraway, your fennel, your aerophagy, your awareness is on your throat minor. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. It's helping though, yeah. And go to your ear canals, the holes in your ears. And back to your throat minor. Some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And then explore your neck. Long, slow, deep breath. Okay. So this part we kind of do, it's kind of in the class, but let's do this. Go back to your lantana or your hyssop, and we're going to do a slight variation. We're going to do a little experiment. Put your awareness either on your lungs, or if you can do the bottom of your rib cage, which is your diaphragm, try putting your awareness on the diaphragm. So all along the bottom of the rib cage. Keep taking long, slow, deep breaths. Mhm. So I just asked Samantha, I go, how does that feel? And she's like, she gave me this weird look and she goes, I'm feeling how tight it is. I mean, that's the thing. As much as we work on the diaphragm, I mean, there's a couple spots in the body that are just really wound up. One is that neck muscle, sternocleidomastoid. One is the diaphragm. One is the psoas. They just get super wound up. You know, honorable mentions are like the hamstrings and, you know, so switch to the other oil, whichever other oil you're using, the anise, caraway, fennel, narrow-fudgy, and the best that you can, the bottom of the rib cage, the diaphragm itself, not the chakras. Like try to go to the diaphragm itself. Go back to the lantana and try doing the same exact thing again. Thank you for that. Still on the diaphragm. Now move up to the throat minor. Go back down to the diaphragm. Same oil down to the diaphragm. And then just be still. Really. Now switch over to your anise, your caraway, fennel, aerophagy, whatever you got. And then do your throat minor. No. And again, hit your diaphragm. Back up to your throat minor. Back to your diaphragm. And then just be still. So Samantha said the neck and the diaphragm so much better, and she feels so relaxed. She's feeling all the tension in the other places. Anybody want to share? Unmute yourself. Type in. You want to share or ask questions about this process. I mean, it's basically what we did on the weekend. We just explored some other areas, but
Go ahead, Ralph, then
hey,
Tracy.
you're off.
Hey, Greg. I know you in the class suggested using the spikenard body tonic on the neck to unwind the neck
Sure.
on the sternocleidomastoids.
Mhm.
I'm not getting any unwinding in my neck. So I'm wondering if I start using some marjoram body tonic
So
or
like it just feels tight. Like even with what we just did, it was just feeling tight.
yes, it's still feeling tight.
How's your
And
breath?
this has
Like
been
if
going
you
on
put
for a while.
if you put your hand on your chest and your hand on your belly, and you
Yeah,
take a long, slow, deep breath, which one moves?
the belly.
The belly does.
Yeah.
And you see how I can do this?
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that? Or
Yes,
does it go like this?
both hands, the fingers touch the palms.
Hmm. So the neck's not unwinding. Your breath is okay. I would say let's have you work two areas.
Okay.
One, the base of the skull, quite
Yeah.
substantially.
With,
Like if you have vetiver, I'd use vetiver, but if not,
yeah, I got that.
okay, perfect. So
Vetiver.
like rub it in though, like take a little
Yeah.
bit and like just really rub it in all along the base
Okay.
of the skull.
Work it
And
in.
then, like your bronchioles look like they're like a bit wound up, like they're like contracted. And so I mean, it could be a byproduct of like old pain, but are you having any sort of sharp pain anywhere in your body right now?
Yeah, in the past 7 days, I've started to develop the problem when the Achilles, if I try to bend over, my Achilles go real tingly.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to start spreading the marjoram
Yeah. Start
ointment
doing that.
up and down the legs, across the butt, and all.
Okay. So
But
that's
that's the current pain. So
okay. So that probably is not causing the bronchioles. It doesn't really matter what caused it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't in super bad pain.
yeah.
Let's have you use do you happen to have larch?
I don't think so. Let me look.
It might be in a kit that you know.
I don't know.
HIJKL. Nope, don't have larch.
Okay, let's have you use. Actually, let's have you use you have your white spruce. Let's have you use your
Yes.
white spruce
Okay.
and do inhalations on the throat minor, and even rub a little bit up, like on the chest, like maybe at night, like right below the throat minor,
Okay.
like at night when you go to bed.
Okay.
Yeah, just like a few drops. And let's treat that for a little bit and just see if we can't think if we unwind those two things, it might be a little easier to unwind your neck.
Okay. So throat minor, and rub it on the upper chest.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All righty. I'll let you know next week.
Okay, yes. Keep us posted. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
You so well.
And go ahead, Tracy, then Sonia.
Hey, Miss Tracy.
Hey, so up until today, my neck has felt better than it's felt in years. But I woke this morning with what I would call a crick in the neck. It feels like I feel it, and it's really tight. The SCM at the back where it attaches to the mastoid,
Okay.
like that area, just super tight. And I've put Terabint on it. I did the whole weekend
Well,
protocol
let's have you
earlier
do this.
today.
Like take some do you have Tylenol?
I do.
Take a little bit, and you can put it in with a little bit of alcohol or lotion or something, but you can even just do it by itself. That's what I usually do. And so take it and put it like behind your ear, and then just like kind of rub it down the sternocleidomastoid, and then just you're not even like pushing on it, you're just kind of stroking the sternocleidomastoid. Just
Yeah, because I've been
over.
digging on it today. So
What's that?
I probably angered it. I've been digging on it today instead of
Yeah.
stroking
Oh,
it.
when it hurts, it hurts. I get it. But like if you just kind of do like some general stroking with the Tylenol, sometimes it will kick it into a deeper release.
Okay, I will try
Yeah.
that.
Try that, and if it doesn't work, like email me in a day or two.
Okay, thanks so much,
Yeah,
Greg.
yeah. You're so welcome.
And go ahead, Sonia.
Hey, Miss Sonia.
Let's get.
Is it open?
Yeah, yeah.
Like my sternocleidos don't unwind, and or if they do, it's just for very short, especially
Very
the
short
last
time.
two. And then
Yeah, for you, it's probably more your diaphragm. Like, the sternocleidomastoid kind of like wrestles with the diaphragm when it's real tight. How did it feel when we were doing the lantana and the anus on your diaphragm?
it unless when I inhale, if I don't push out, that whole lower ribs and intercostals and stuff contract. There's a reverse thing happen. It's
So you do like a paradoxical breath, like it's okay.
otherwise that it contracts more. So
Yeah.
like
That's
right now.
paradoxical breathing.
The
That's more of it's not the sternocleidomastoid, it's actually the scalenes. And
well, I do the scalings when I do the neck stuff.
can you do this?
Yeah, they go completely to my
It
palm.
goes completely to the palm.
Yeah. I get a lot of body pain, and uh, most of it's like sharp or very sharp, big pins and needles, and um, my at my shoulders and upper arms, it's that way. And so I was taking.
So okay, so let's do an experiment with you. Like let's do up on the segment 2 where it says fascial release.
Segment 2 of what now?
And it's fascial release segment 2 number 2 under A.
Of this workbook, Sonia.
Yeah, of this workbook. Yeah. So it's on page 3.
Okay, what do you want me to do?
The fascial release. So what oil were you using there?
Wait a second. Um, you're talking about the lymphatic thing?
Yes.
Segment 2 fascial release. I'm using
So your choices were Cape chamomile, helichrysum, Palo Santo fruit, poplar balsam, Siberian fir, terebinth, wintergreen, or fascial release.
I was wait a second. Segment 2 fascial release. I was using fascial release.
Okay, so perfect. So let's have you do that. And that's that application where fascial release, let's just have you do that like a bunch of times over the next several days.
Okay.
Let's do that and see where that leaves you. Because
Okay.
like what you're describing, that's there's some sort of restriction happening with the fascia for whatever reason. And let's just start trying to unwind different areas, but this is a great place to start.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't get my fingers to the palms. What does that mean?
So the reason why I keep having a couple people do that is that's a way to check the scalenes. And what happens is there are these little tiny muscles like very deep in your neck, and there's a bundle of nerves that pass through it. And when they're tight, they compress that nerve, and it makes it hard for you to touch your fingers like that. And so to unwind that, yeah, it's not a quick, easy thing, but best thing to do is doing the part with the lantana and the anise is helpful. But what I have people do sometimes is use hyssop, and then slowly stretch their neck like this. Let's just have you do a lot of work with the lantana and the anise for a little bit, or whatever oils you were using there. And then I'll give you like an exercise to do after doing that for about a week. Yeah.
And somebody who in the past hasn't been able to, mine actually touch.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
sometimes, not currently, my rib cage feels quite tight. Is that also the diaphragm?
It can be, it can also be the intercostals. And so a lot of things that are like a balsam, like fir balsam, baru balsam, poplar balsam, applied to the chest or inhaled, that can help. And I like to do a thyme linalool body tonic to the rib cage to help open up the intercostals.
Diaphragm class?
Diaphragm and psoas, I think, are going to be the next two that we do. Like, I'm not sure which one will go first, but yeah. So here's the interesting thing. You know how we talk about like the coming up weekend is the energetics of the glands, right? And so the glands, you could say, are like the chakras are for the energy body, the glands are for the physical body. The sternocleidomastoid, the diaphragm, and the psoas are the, I don't want to say physical manifestations, but they are the physical component that directly impact the three brains. Sternocleidomastoid, there's a reason why I did the neck when we're doing all the three brain stuff. The diaphragm is the solar plexus, and the psoas is the instinctive responses. It's not just because of location, it's because of what it does to your physiology. So
If you have issues with one or all three, would that affect being able to do the three brains?
it would go both ways. Like the three brains, like using it would unwind those three things. And those three things, if you had issues, would make it a little bit more difficult. Yeah. But we just start working it back and forth and you unwind it. So.
Go ahead, Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
Hey there, that was me with the intercostals and I didn't get everything you said. Would you mind repeating it?
So anything that's like kind of balsam oriented can be helpful there, but also thyme
And is that
linalool
inhalation?
inhalation, and you could even put a little bit in some lotion and kind of rub it on the intercostals a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah, or thyme linalool, like a body tonic.
that was it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's it's an either or. Yeah, just with your stuff, I'm sure you can pull something together just to like start putting it on your intercostals. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an issue now, but sometimes it feels so tight that
Is it worse in the wintertime?
I'm not sure. I'm sure I've had it since last winter, so I wonder if it's related to humidity.
Yeah, that could be.
Okay. We've had a
Yeah.
very humid summer.
Yeah. A lot of coughing can irritate them, like a lot of hard breathing, breathing in the cold, breathing with a lot of moisture in the air, like yeah, all of that could do it. Yeah.
And go ahead, Deborah, then Denise.
Hey, Miss Deborah.
Greg. I ran across the facial the fascial release tonic that we had for a class,
Oh yeah.
and so after I've the last few days since we did this class, I after I shower, I've been putting it all on like different areas.
Mhm.
Is that helping, complicating things?
No, that can be very helpful. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, like I would say the fascia needs like kind of, I don't want to say constant work, but we don't want to like not pay attention to it. Like it doesn't need like our undivided attention, but it's just like every once in a while you do something, or like you said, you're working a body tonic. you know, for me, like I put stuff on and you know, I take baths with things like helichrysum or, you know, any of the fascial release kind of oriented stuff. And I go see a rolfer every like 3 weeks. I would go more, but she won't fit me in her schedule more than that. So that's a whole nother. I try to go every week, but she would only see me every 3 weeks. So, but you know, that's really deep fascial work, and I probably have had, you know, Rolfing kind of is, um, you know, like the John Barnes stuff you were doing. I mean, it's fascial work. They have different approaches, but it's still the same idea. And they usually do a 10 session recipe, and then like they consider like, you know, you're just going to keep unwinding and you can get it touched up. I probably have had 110 or 120 sessions. And you know, it's just one of those things where you can always keep unwinding the fascia. Always, 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 always. You know, the fascia is one of the few components in the body that impact the will. And so it's a way to keep the will more refined up in the upper parts of the will and not down in your like kind of root survival aspects of the will. And so I would encourage you to do it both for your body and just, you know, it takes like a weird tension out of your body. And like when you're doing Dion, you know, Samantha and I were talking about this earlier today, is like, you know, you're putting your awareness in your body and you kind of feel it in your body. But eventually you kind of get to where you can feel this like really deep seated root, like kind of tension or agitation, and it's in the spine. And the way that you keep getting deeper and deeper to it is fascial work, you know, fascial release, anything fascial oriented. So I would say not only does it not complicate it, it would help deepen the work you've already been doing, both with the oils and the energy healing, and then your John Barnes stuff. You know, the John Barnes stuff's really good.
I'm going for a 2-week intensive at the end of the month.
Oh, good for you.
Well, so I'm trying to release as much as I can before I get there so that it's not too intense.
Yeah, and take some things like take some helichrysum, take something like emotional release, or you know, something, because stuff's gonna come out. Like it's just gonna come out.
Well, that's the
So
purpose. So
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so just be a little bit prepped for it. Like maybe some spikenard or vetiver, you know, take the greatest hits. And you know, the thing we were talking about with the fascial release, doing that, the King of Pain is a really good one, and I know you have that one. Like
Okay.
I would use that a lot for the, like, put the fascial release on and then follow that pattern that I was just talking to Sonia about with that. Oh man, it's quite delicious.
Okay, thanks.
You're so welcome.
And go ahead, Denise.
Hey, Denise.
Hi, well, my neck issues probably stem from quite a while ago.
Mhm.
But my fingers, I think I do, is it tied with that paradoxical breathing a little bit?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
would have think it would be.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's been more long term. So with the time linenol, I do have that. Would that be?
You could put that on your chest. That, but you know, the lantana and the anise, and then I would kind of keep doing those. But what I have people do is also use hyssop for that, and then you know, hit the throat minor, the lungs, the back throat, but then slowly start like kind of leaning your head to the side like this, and then inhale. And then bring
Okay.
it back and center and let it just be there for a minute, and then go to the other side. And what you're doing is you're kind of stretching each side of those.
So the hyssop
It's not going to
and
happen fast, but like
yeah.
over 3 or 4 months, you can make a significant difference in that.
Can you give me the throat minor? What were the?
Throat, and then throat minor, And then, you know, you could do back throat and back heart. I would probably even hit the lungs a little bit. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
And then my head off to the side. Does it matter? And do both sides maybe?
Yeah, but be very gentle about it. Like, don't like force it. Just kind of
Yeah.
stretch it and then bring it back and then just let it be there for a minute. And then go to the other side and stretch it. And so as you really feel like it's, I'm pulling it, don't push hard. Just inhale the oil into that area and then bring it back.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
You're so
Thank
welcome. You're so welcome.
Someone missed when you were talking about the three, sternocleidomastoid, the
Diaphragm
and the
and so
psoas.
as are like the physical, like in the muscular fascial system, it directly impacts the three brains. Sternocleidomastoid on the brain, the diaphragm on the solar, the psoas on the root brain or the sex chakra. Like, and it's not just location and muscle tightness, they cause like disturbances in circulation and neurological function, endocrine function, you know, your breath, how energy moves. They cause a lot of shenanigans if they're out of whack. And we all got them to a certain degree. So it's not whether you have it or not. It's like, to what degree do you have it? You know. So
I think there's also a spine class somewhere.
yeah, there's gonna, like, if you guys are into it, I'll keep doing the, like, I love going down the trigger point thing. So yeah, you guys. Well, thanks for hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the weekend for the free energetics of the glands. So yeah, and thanks for all the support last night with the 72nd anniversary of Astara. That was very kind of you guys. So okay, you guys, take care. Love you.